Hey parents, how do you make smarter choices for your kids' college today? That's where Sally can help. With Sally, you can find scholarships, funding options, tools, and guidance all in one place. And if you need a loan, Sally has options for different families and different situations. College is only worth it if you do it right. So don't just help your kid go. Help them go smarter. Sally.com/GoParents.
Welcome back, everybody, to the H3 Podcast Live. Today's episode is sponsored by Hims, NatureBox, Dollar Shave Club, Capterra, and the Elder Scrolls Legends. Next week, oh my God, I forgot to put the thread up again. Every time. It will be up after the live and before the VOD hits YouTube. But next week, we have Tommy Wiseau, the creator and star of The Room. He's coming on. We had a tweet exchange with him. We spoke with his manager this morning, and it's confirmed. It's also the last episode of the season 1. But I'll talk more about that later. There's a thread up for questions for Tommy on our subreddit. Go ahead and post them there. But let's get on to this week's guest, the illustrious and wonderful Brendan Greene, creator, producer, designer of the massively successful most played game on Steam.
Yes. Hi.
Biggest game ever on Steam?
Yes.
Wow.
Not officially out today.
Yes, we
Right.
released
PUBG.
Yeah.
With an astonishing 25 million copies sold, approximately, right?
Oh, yeah, 25. Uh-huh.
And concurrent players in the millions. I've never seen anything. It just smashed.
We're going to hit, I
records.
think, 3 million concurrents today.
If you think about that, that's 1/3 of, or 1 out of every 100 Americans playing this game at once. But I wonder what's the geographical breakdown of that.
Oh. I have a data team that worry about things like that.
yeah, sure. But at any rate.
Oh, no, it's nuts. It's like globally growing, and it's crazy.
I've honestly not seen anything like it since Minecraft.
Yeah, pretty
really.
much. Yeah.
This game has pretty much defined this year in gaming. It's unprecedented. And I'm very happy and honored to introduce Brendan Greene. Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful to have you here. Before we get in too deep here, I just want to say if you guys have any questions, please give us a call at 818-214-8504. That's not your personal number, right? No. Okay. He was saying he thought it'd be funny if we just posted his personal number. Give him a call if you have any questions. That'd be a little twisted of a joke. So for people that don't know you or the game, can you talk a little bit about what PUBG is and what is the Battle Royale genre?
Okay. So I started making mods like 4 or 5 years ago on Arma 2 and then moved to Arma 3, and I created this game mode, the Battle Royale game mode.
Right.
And it got licensed by H1 about 3 years ago now for inclusion in H1 that eventually became King of the Kill. And then last year, Bluehole contacted me from Korea and said, we love what you've done with the Battle Royale game. We'd like you to lead a team and make your own Battle Royale. And PUBG was born out of that.
So how did you get... That's like a lot.
Yeah, right?
There's a lot there that I want to unpack. It's there's like, first of all, how did you get into making a mod for Arma? Like, so where were you at the time? Give me your humble story, your humble beginnings.
Okay, no. So I started off in Brazil. I was there for love, ended up getting divorced, and then was saving to come home. And I got back into gaming by finding the DayZ mod. I'd read some stuff on Reddit about it, and I thought, this sounds really cool. There's no rules, there's nothing, it's just survive. And I really liked that idea of just a survival game. So I kind of fell in love with the DayZ mod and found a squad to play with, and that's how I kind of learnt about modding, because the DayZ mod was a mod, so I had a look at how it was made.
Were you programming then?
Not really. I was a web designer, photographer. I knew code just from using JavaScript and jQuery and stuff like that in websites, but I wasn't a coder. My code is terrible. Like, if people tell me to fix the game, if I try to fix the game, the servers would explode. Your computer would burn.
So you were able to make it using the modding tools?
Well, yeah. So the code in Arma SQF is kind of like JavaScript. So it's kind of easy to understand. So I just looked at what other people had done and begged, borrowed, and stole code and just like asked people like for help. And the community in ARMA are really, really helpful about like helping you. So I created my own DayZ mod server for people to play on, messed with loot tables, just created more weapons, and we ended up creating something people called like the COD of DayZ, because it was just about the PvP. There was no real survival. It was just you died, didn't give a shit. Go and just keep going again, right? And again, and just it's all about the PvP. So after doing that for about 6 months, I kind of decided, listen, I wanted to make a mod. I'd seen what Brian Hicks and Jordan Taylor did with the Survivor games, this kind of streamer-centric competition. And I liked what they did, but I thought, okay, I want to play this. I'm a streamer and I can't. So let me see if I can make something. And I thought I could improve some things they were doing. And Battle Royale game mode was born on DayZ. I basically modded a mod.
That's so crazy.
Cool.
It's incredible, and it's inspiring that you, without even being much of a background in game development.
I didn't even play very many games. I mean, I wasn't a big gamer.
You're not like a hardcore gamer.
No, not at all. I don't like seeing some of the people I meet at conventions. I am in no way a gamer. Like
that's so
funny.
How I just don't know how.
I wonder if that's why I actually really love the game PlayerUnknown. Like, I'm not a gamer at all. But from the first moment I saw Ethan play it, I was like so interested in it.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's why like you're not a gamer necessarily, and you made a game that you wanted to play.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I think. Is like I didn't have rules of game design to follow. I didn't like when I first went to Bluehole. I had many arguments with JC, our lead game designer, because he was like, "But that's not the way I was taught to make games, or the way that they were taught to make games." And I was like, "But it's okay to break the rules here because people obviously enjoy it." And when I came to making it, it was very, especially the first one. If you complained it was too hard, I'd make it harder. You know, it was like I didn't like easy games. I liked to be challenged, and I think the win rating in our game, the amount of times you win, is so much lower than every other game, but that's the joy of it, it is because it's tough. It's an easy concept, survive, right? And it's a tough game to master. So I think that's why it's been so popular,
frustrating
right?
to play.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dude. I've clocked many hours. And my background is like I've played like 2,000 hours of Dota 2, and I've played like 1,000 hours plus of Counter-Strike. And so I've experienced an FPS, and I get fucking murdered
It's so
in
hard.
PUBG, and I rage too. But it's addictive; you can't stop.
Because you start with nothing, right? Everyone gets the same
story.
chance.
And you know what's funny? We had Dr. Disrespect on here, and he described it the best way I've heard anyone say. I'm like, why is this game so popular? And he says to me, it's the story, right? Every new game has a story, has a narrative, has an experience.
It compresses that kind of DayZ like long story into like 30 minutes, and it's like, what did I get this round? Oh, I got the SKS. Yeah,
interesting.
And it just, I think it compresses that just unique story every time, and it's a simple game to learn.
And it's got to be the popularity has got to be tied into the fact that it's such a watchable experience. It's by far the most streamed game.
Oh yeah.
And it's really fun to watch, which is like if you compare it to something like Dota 2, even though I love the game, I can't watch it.
I can't. Like I've been to league tournaments in Korea. I don't understand these games.
Yeah, I know.
It's like unless you play, and especially Dota, like you see they have the noob stream, with commentators kind of going, well, this is why this is like this.
Right. You have to have played like 1,000 hours just to understand what you're watching.
Yeah, but and our game is simple to watch. It's very easy to understand, and even like Disguised Toast, he's a Hearthstone player. He said even like when he's playing Hearthstone, his mother and sister have no clue, have no interest. But when he's playing PUBG, they're like, oh, this is cool,
powerful.
right? And that's, I think again, it's the simplicity of the game. It's like, and it's just the randomness every time. It's still not super random, but it is that it's a unique story every time.
Sure. So when you started working on it, or you had the idea to make this, was it like you saw it as a business opportunity that was there, or was it just a passion where you're like, hey, this is a great thing, I want to develop this? I wanted to make a game I wanted to play. Like I wanted to play the Survivor games. I thought this is a really cool game mode, right? But because it was for streamers only, I couldn't play it. And I thought, okay, I want to just try this and then see if I can make a game mode that I can play with my friends. And if other people enjoy it, yay. But if not, I still have a game mode I can play with my friends, right? And it was my intention just to have a popular server, that would, people would enjoy playing the game. Like when we had a popular DayZ mod server, I would sit on the server like for hours at night, just kicking people with low bandwidth, not playing the game, just like hiding in a bush and kicking people with low bandwidth so everyone else on the server could enjoy. Because on low bandwidth, if you had low bandwidth,
desync the whole server.
Really?
Right. It's just the way that the Arma network code at the time worked.
Huh.
That if you had a bad connection, you'd like it because it wasn't like it was just synchronous packets or like asynchronous packets. If one person got blocked, then all these other ones got blocked, and then people will get kicked because they're getting no response.
So you were just ensuring that the server experience was strong to keep a good community.
And I didn't mind. And people were like, but don't you want to play? And it's like, well, no, make sure these people can play without, and I like seeing a night without any yellow or red chains. You're kind of going, that's fucking awesome. So I made this for those people to enjoy. It wasn't, I always saw it as kind of, I'd love to do a big spectacle in esports, because I'd see like Dota and CSGO and stuff. And yes, these events are massive, but it's still 2 teams of 5 on the stage, and I wanted to fill a stadium with people and put like 100 people in the center. And, and that kind of big, like spectacle in esports rather than just 2 teams of 5.
Is that where you see the game going?
I hope so. Like, really, that's the dream for me is like, look, 1.0 is great and we get to release a full game, but until we have our first major, that's where I really see kind of, right, it's kind of, that's the dream complete then.
You want to have a stadium with 100 players in the pit or the field.
Yeah, and have like, whatever, 30, 40,000 people watching them. And having that first person to get up and walk off.
Yeah. You got to walk off in shame. It's like a long walk,
too.
Yeah. You give people in the audience like heads of lettuce to throw at them. That would actually be I can see when it comes down to like the final 2 or 3 that would be pretty exhilarating.
Walks toward the chicken.
There's a giant chicken dinner.
Actual chicken.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah, but that's what I always dreamed, that Battle Royale could be a great esport, and I think I still think it could be.
So, what do you think are the challenges that exist that you're aware of or want to overcome to make sure that PUBG can become a great esport?
We have to get the game esports ready, right? I mean, it's not competitive. Well, it is competitive, but it's not completely bug free. There's lots of stuff we have to improve, and that's what we want to spend. Like, I keep saying, like, this is 1.0 is a milestone for us. It's not the end of development. We want to continue over the next year to keep improving. That there may be problems at launch tonight, but we're not going to just leave them. We want to keep fixing. And some of these problems are really, really hard to fix. There's problems that are with the core engine itself, that if we try to fix them or touch them, it might end up with 100 other problems, and
you're talking about issues like rubber banding.
But this is the big one, right?
So rubber banding is something that frustrates me a lot when I play.
So why that is, and we're still trying to figure it out, but it's basically we upgraded the engine from 4.16 or 4.14 to 4.16, right? And that change gave us a lot of network problems, and we're still trying to figure out why those are occurring. But it's core engine code, and we have a small team still, relatively speaking.
Why is that?
Well, we're still expanding, but it's quite tough to find good talent, and talent that fits the company, and talent that understands what we're doing and are good enough to do the job we need them to do. So it just takes time. You can't throw money at it, it just takes time, and eventually we'll get them, but it's the network problem. It's still going to be there. Probably at launch you may see some rubber banding, which sucks, but we're still trying to fix it, and it's.
I'm sure it frustrates you guys as much as the people that are always complaining about
Oh, no, I mean, it's like,
or more, probably.
Yeah, oh, no, like we have like guys that are in the office, 14, 15-hour days trying to figure this shit out. Like really, like they pour their hearts and soul into it. Like if there's a problem with the servers today, they will not leave the office until the servers are fixed, that they're really dedicated to making this a great experience. And when I hear people like ragging on the dev team, it really like I get mad, because it's like you don't understand how hard they work. They really, and some people are like, oh, but we pay, this. We expect them to work 24 hours a day. It's like, what the fuck?
Part of the issue is that the game has become almost unreasonably successful. It's a pre-release, or at least until tonight is the official release, right?
That's right.
And so you've sold 25 million copies, and then people forget that this is a pre-release, and people are expecting, because you guys have so much revenue coming in, that there's no excuse. There's no excuse, right?
Oh no, but I mean, even our servers and functions like Battle Line and stuff, it costs us millions of dollars,
for what?
Per month. per month for servers, for all these additional costs that, like, yes, we have made some money from selling the game, but there's all these additional costs that you don't realize, and we have tried throwing monies at servers, but it doesn't fix them. It's like, it takes time. Yeah. And a lot of these, as I said, are really their core engine issues that you have to do them very carefully because, like, that's why we couldn't update the live servers with the test build, was because there were so many issues with the test build because it was a different version of the engine that we couldn't roll it out to 3 million people, or 25 million people. We just couldn't do that to the player base. That's why we had to keep the live version was stable. It wasn't great, but it was stable. Whereas the test version, not so stable. But now we've got it to a stage now that there may still be crashes, there may still be rubber banding, but we are still working on it, and we want to, we want to get it stable. We want to get it competitive.
I'm sure. Yeah, of course. So gameplay-wise, what do you see are the challenges to becoming a competitive game?
We just need to balance stuff like the blue zone. We really do need to do some passes on the blue zone to make it more competitive and fairer for players.
For people who don't know what the blue zone is, in the game, this battle royale genre, I guess you would call it, there's
an ever-shrinking play zone, basically.
There's an ever-shrinking play zone. The timer runs out, and there's this blue cancer that creeps towards you. And if you don't stay inside the blue wall, you die.
Yeah.
And so what about that is unbalanced, in your opinion?
We just have to look at, like, sometimes it may jump too much, or the distance may be too long, or it might be moving too fast. So we haven't had a lot of time
It's always moving too fast.
Right. Especially when you're running to catch it. But no, I mean, it's these kind of things that we need to look at the data and the players and figure out, like, what is best competitively for the game to give everyone a fair chance. And that takes time. But, look at CSGO. They're still releasing small updates every few months, right? Yeah. And we want to be that. That's what we want, that we want to continue to do this over the next 10, 20 years, and we're going to take time to balance this, but no, we have the data, we just need to pick through it. So it just takes time. These, this is, I keep saying, this is not a marathon, or this is not a sprint for us. This is really a marathon. Yeah. Like, it's, we're building a team now that we want to support this for 10, 20 years, and yeah.
One thing that for me has been the hallmark of every game with longevity has been, and I guess you would appreciate this more than anyone, the scene for modding and custom games, right? I look back. Did you ever play like StarCraft or Warcraft?
I played like Command & Conquer.
Yeah, did they have modding? I don't remember.
No, I don't think so. But at least I didn't mod. So
at any rate, StarCraft Brood War, I played that game for like a decade. And most people who played that didn't even play the actual competitive aspect of it. Everyone was playing the custom maps. Is that something you guys have planned?
Look, we'd love to, we have custom games already, right? You guys know, you played a lot of them, which is great, right? And we want to give more fine-grained control over those custom games, so you can really start playing around and creating unique and other game modes. Like, now they're not Battle Royale, right? Just give you guys so much control and maybe allow, other things to plug into that. But, as for complete modding, like you'd see, say, in Arma, maybe not yet, I don't know, because this is a competitive game. So, like, what I want, like, this is going to be a competitive game. So if you start opening up to modding, it opens up to cheating and a whole other thing.
Really? It opens up to cheating?
Well, it just means that, like, you're opening up parts of your engine to let people play with.
And you think that
if we don't do it correctly, it could end up, being bad for security. So,
I didn't realize
there's this whole, like, that we can't just add modding, we need to, and as well, like, releasing our server files for people to host their own servers. Again, could lead to piracy in China and stuff like that, where someone releases an exact clone of our game and, things like this. So, like, these are all kind of things that we really have to consider carefully. Like, custom games is like modding light. And I really want to bring that, like, into the fore and kind of make it that people who have no idea how to mod a game can do it via a UI panel, and kind of do it that way, so we can lock the security down, but still give people, custom games.
Interesting. I was wondering, because I've never got the opportunity to sit down with someone, and as a competitive gamer myself, hackers are the fucking bane of gaming experience.
Yep.
As someone who's been on CSGO, StarCraft 2, hackers ruin every experience. What's your philosophy with dealing with hackers? And is it that hard for a publisher to snub it out?
Oh, yeah.
Are there companies that hide their cleaning up of hacking as an excuse to sell more copies of the game? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can just talk from my experience that, like, it's an ongoing battle. Like, the guys who write these cheats are smart, and I happen to know some of them from years ago in Arma and stuff. And the way they think about code, the way they think about operating systems is just so unique that like, oh, can I get into this from this? And a lot of them aren't even hacking the game. They're hacking other programs on Windows and then going in via insecure DLLs into memory and then accessing your game via memory. And it's like basically malware level cheats are coming out of like China, that like these things are like so difficult to track. And like we have a great anti-cheat and battle eye. Like when it comes to memory and client base, they're honestly one of the best. But now we have statistics, anti-cheat coming in and other stuff. Like we're putting layer upon layer to really try secure the game. But it just takes time, you know, especially for the statistical stuff. We need to build like these profiles of cheaters that we can then just analyze. And it just takes time. You know, with the amount of data we have, holy shit.
Yeah. I wonder, if the ultimate way is to just, if there's some kind of way to detect them in the game if like they're moving too fast or shooting too fast.
Oh no, we have that. Like we do have that, but it just takes time to review all this, and like you can't do. You can do automatic stuff, but there could be situations where like you're driving a car and you go off a cliff and then suddenly you trigger that because you're going at that speed for an X amount of time. So there's lots of these exceptions that you have to, and if you roll this out, then you may be banning thousands of people incorrectly. And you really have to be careful. So we do have like our team killing report feature is now kind of complete. We spent about 2 months analyzing team killing, and then now we have this kind of model and system we rolled out that you can report people and people will get auto banned if they team kill too much, you know. So the system now is in place. Same with hacking. It just takes time to really kind of get these systems written, you know, because they don't exist yet, right?
I notice you're a man that's lived in many places.
A few.
You currently live in South Korea.
Yeah.
Which is where Blue Hole is located, right?
Yeah.
You live in Brazil, as you mentioned. Yep. You're Irish.
Yeah.
So what do you think of these places?
Oh no, they're great.
Yeah.
Like Brazil's wonderful. Like don't expect anything done in a hurry. You know, Brazilians are very relaxed. They work to live, basically. You know, once they're finished working, they live, and they're wonderful, wonderful people. I lived well outside like the big cities in a small city, and they're just lovely, you know, welcoming and great people, right? Korea is the same. You know, in Korea, the first few weeks I was there, I'd have dinner at the company every night, and then going home, I'd go and get cookies or something and a Coke in the offline or the store beneath my apartment. And the old woman there that would serve me every day, like one day was like, rice. And I was like, what? It's like, rice. And I was like, yes, I like rice. And she got me like this dinner because she thought all I was eating was cookies and Coke every night. And she was like, I was like, no. And I showed her pictures of food. He was like, no, it's okay. I eat here, you know.
Oh, that's
but they're
funny.
very welcoming, very friendly. Like there's no crime there at all.
Really?
Like,
That's funny. I've heard in South Korea that they're very racist and not warm to white people.
oh no, they're
Has that
fine.
not been your experience?
No, they never have that problem. I think so. I think it's like some of the older generation may be a little bit like that. But you know.
They speak English in South Korea a lot?
Some do, yeah. I mean, it's taught in schools, but, you know, most of the people I work with that speak a little bit, they get very shy for speaking because they don't want to speak incorrectly, right? But most of them do speak a little.
I've heard that Brazil is kind of a dangerous place. I've always wanted to visit, but I've heard that
it all
it's
depends
a little
on the
shady. Yeah, I guess.
areas.
No, I mean, you go to like Rio, Sao Paulo, the big cities, it's a little shady in some of the areas, right? But then you go
It's like any major city.
but then you go outside, like where I lived, or you know, some of these really beautiful little towns. There's no crime there. You know, you get to see some proper extreme poverty, but there is crime. But you know, you're not going to get mugged on the street. You know what I mean? It's a great place to visit.
What were you doing for work when you were living in Brazil?
Photography,
Really?
designing websites, print stuff, and DJing every now and again.
DJing?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite illustrious past you've got.
I've been DJing for like 20 years.
What kind of music you throw on there?
House music, disco re-edits, mainly deep house.
Party
like
boy.
In Brazil,
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. I like my disco.
Oh, that's funny.
But in Brazil, I played like a lot of like progressive house and stuff just because I was the Irish DJ, right? That would come in. It's like from Ireland.
Right,
so I played the big room house and stuff, but I love my deep house and disco. But I've been doing it like 20 something years. So started with vinyl, moved to CDs. Now I have the DDJ SX2, fucking beautiful piece of kit. And
Well, you're gonna have to throw a party someday, dude. I want
Right?
to come to one of
Yeah.
yours. I want to be DJ. PUBG DJ party.
Yeah.
So let's go back to you were in Brazil developing this mod.
Yeah.
For originally Arma 2, right?
For Arma 2. And
Was it very successful then?
yeah, I mean,
It was a big mod.
I mean, it wasn't like, so I could afford 6 servers. Okay.
How did you make money? People bought the mod?
No, it was all free. And even
so how did you make money back then?
Didn't make money from the mod.
Oh, you were just like...
Oh, yeah.
So it's
no,
just a
it was
hobby.
all passion.
It was all passion. It was all just providing a game. Like, I would ask for donations every now and again just to pay for servers.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in general, I would never push for donations ever. You know, it's just like, here's a game mode, enjoy it. And like when I first launched in Arma 2, it was like I had 6 servers and they filled up in seconds.
What does that cost, if you don't mind me asking?
Not very expensive. It was like $100 per month for a server that would host 2 or 3 games.
Okay.
You know, so it wasn't that. Maybe $200 a month.
Okay.
But as well, I was getting sponsorship from, not sponsorship, but like some server companies would give me a few servers as long as I put their name at the start. So I had that at the start.
That's cool. So you were building recognition.
Yeah.
People knew who you were and they liked your servers. And then from Arma 2, you went to where?
To Arma 3. Because
Arma 3.
So I was about 3 months doing it in Arma 2. Or no, maybe a bit longer, 6 months in Arma 2. Can't really remember. So long ago now.
How long ago was it?
This is about 5 years ago. But the DayZ, the standalone came out. So at that stage, you know, everyone kind of left Battle Royale on DayZ and went to play the DayZ standalone. So at that stage, I kind of decided, right, let's move over to Arma 3. Arma 3 was out of beta at that stage. It was relatively stable. And I thought, okay, I can move it over here and really try to like pare down the Battle Royale game mode. And that's where like the Battle Royale game mode that everyone knows today was kind of born. You know, with the red zones. Yeah, that was in Arma 2 it had zombies. It had like if you were outside the zone in Arma 2 it just spawned zombies on you. So you'd see people running into the zone with like a trail of 20 zombies behind them, right? It was real fun. And you know, we had something like 300-400 zombies on the map. So it was
that's kind of a fun little twist.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I'd love to do it again. You know, like we have our zombie mode now in custom games.
As if I need another reason to get scared shitless playing PUBG.
Oh, I love the zombie mode, man. It's just like it's just great. It's just like having players play as zombies. You know, it's just because players are clever. You know, zombies are dumb generally. There's a video was it Jack Frags did that. There's 4 of them and there's like 40 zombies left, and the zone you can see all around you, right? And they're like, where the hell are they? And then suddenly they all stand up in the grass, and it's just like, oh yeah, like this 40 zombies just stand up, and it's like, okay,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
So you went to Arma 3.
Yeah.
Then how popular were your
Arma 3
mods
was
then?
kind of popular. So Arma 3 I had. At its peak, Arma 3 had like 60 games online at any one time. We had like a peak player count at one stage of about 1,000 CCU, which for a mod was is.
Were you making money at that time?
Nope.
Oh, wow. Just still passion, just love.
Just doing it. I was on like social welfare in Ireland at this time. I moved back to Ireland. I was on social welfare and was paying for the servers with social welfare.
Wow.
You know? That it was like, you know, I was kind of, I'd ask for donations every now and again, but for the most part, it was like, you know, I would try to pay for the servers myself.
So thank you, Ireland, by the way, if they have some stake in this game. Turns out.
But no, so yeah, then I did that. That was about another 6 months in Arma 3 and Lyric, and then those guys were playing it, and that's when the H1 thing happened. It was like the end of that year. I think it was 2014. It was just before H1 launched, where Adam Clegg, who was a big fan of Lyric, had seen Lyric playing Battle Royale on Arma 3 and thought, this is great. This would be a great addition to our game. And he got John Smedley to reach out to me, and H1Z1 Battle Royale was kind of spawned from that.
And that was another one of your creations.
Yeah, so I went.
That was the most popular one before PUBG.
So I went to San Diego for about 3 weeks before they launched, and I just worked with Adam and Jimmy Wisenhunt and a few of the other team to really just kind of come up with a unique idea for their game. And, you know, they kind of wanted to simplify it a lot, so I let them run with it. And over the coming year, I kind of, you know, that was their version of Battle Royale. You know, they licensed my idea, but it was their version. So I let them kind of run with it, and I kind of moved back to Arma 3 at that stage.
All right, let's touch back on that more. We're going to take a short commercial break, guys. We will be right back with Brendan Greene. See you guys soon. Thank you to Hims for sponsoring this episode of the H3 Podcast. Thanks to science, baldness is now an option. In fact, I've been taking Hims for years. That's actually not true, but I would if I needed it. And someday I might. Here's the deal, you guys. Don't let genetics get in the way of having a big, beautiful, flowing mane of hair. We have got 4hims.com, a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, sexual wellness for men. This is basically everything. Your dick is going to get harder. and your hair's going to get longer. This is it. This is the got him package. This is going to make you look at life and say, got him. That's forhims.com. This is FDA approved, well-known, generic equivalent to name brand prescriptions to help you keep your dank hair. It's not a herbal supplement. Prescription solutions are backed by science. There's no waiting room, no awkward doctor visits where you're like, hey, doc, my dick don't work.
Wrong.
Why? How else do those conversations go? It's embarrassing. Forget that. Just go to forhims.com and all of a sudden, a little shot of life and hair. You know what I'm saying? There's no awkward doctor's visits. Save you hours by going to forhims.com. Answer a few quick questions. Doctors will review and prescribe you. And it's going to get directly delivered to your door. Okay? Listen. Order now. My listeners get a trial month of everything you need to keep your hair for just $5 right now while supplies last. See website for full details. This would usually cost you $100 if you went to a doctor's office or a pharmacy. So go to forhims.com/H3. That's FORHIMS.com/H3. Forhims.com/H3 for all of your male needs. All of them. For Hims. Thank you to them for sponsoring us. Up next, we've got Nature Box, and as a big boy, I get so excited when I talk about Nature Box because as a big boy, I don't necessarily want to be a bigger boy, but I love snacks, and that's where Nature Box comes in, okay? Now listen up. Nature Box has over 100 delicious snacks, all made with high-quality, simple ingredients. That means no artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners. It's easy. Just go to naturebox.com, choose your snacks, and NatureBox will deliver them right to your door. Now, here's what they're about. They're about making the highest quality, most delicious snacks, varied, new every month, that's healthy to eat and tastes great. Now, where can you find that? Tell me. I've been trying to find that my whole life. And look at me. Look what it's done to me. Not anymore. This is what NatureBox does to me. Whoop. And I still love snacks. It's a beautiful thing. Clearly, it hasn't done that to me because I just sucked in my stomach. But give me a couple months. Doing my best. All right. New snacks are added every month, inspired by new food trends, professional chefs, and customer feedback. There's no risk. If you don't like the snack, NatureBox will replace it for free. So my question is, what do you have to lose? All right. The holidays mean one thing, go, go, go. You got presents to wrap, travel plans, relatives to brace for. With all that, it can be hard to find that time to eat healthy. Let NatureBox help with snacks that are both delicious and better for you. And right now, NatureBox is offering H3 fans, yes, 50% off your first order when you go to naturebox.com/H3. Either, how much was that?
50.
Unbelievable. That's half. Wow. That's naturebox.com/H3 for 50% off your first order. Naturebox.com/H3. Give them a shot. It's risk-free. If you don't like it, they replace it. It's delicious. You're going to love it. Get those sriracha nuts, cashews. Get those coconut cashews. Get those dried pineapple chips. Please. Thank you to NatureBox for sponsoring us. And we've got Dollar Shave Club. We all know and love Dollar Shave Club. They've got amazing razors for just a few bucks. I've been a member. I love my razor. I love my razor. It's meaty. It's a weighty razor. It glides over you like a curling puck over ice in a professional Olympic match. You ever watched curling? You see those lunatics with the broom? It's like that, but you don't need the broom. It just glides. Is that a good analogy?
I guess, yeah.
It glides. Okay. You're going straight to the Olympics of curling with this Dollar Shave Club meaty. You get the point. Okay, but what you didn't know is that Dollar Shave Club also has products for pretty much everything else in the bathroom. Body wash, shampoo, hair gel, lip balm, and, yes, you guessed it, butt wipes. One wipe Charlies, they call them. It's so effective. You just need one. Start dry and wet. That's my philosophy. Get in there, clean up the toxic waste zone, and then you bring in the wet tools, and that's where you really clean up, right, Hila? Pound it. Hila knows exactly what I'm talking about. At the store, there's so many options. You can't tell the difference between any of them. Then, if you really have questions, the clerks don't know what they're talking about, so what's the point of wasting your time asking them? Dollar Shave Club makes it easy and convenient for you to upgrade your shave and your bathroom. Now, you don't have to step foot in a store to get high-quality shave and grooming products. They deliver them right to your door. And if you're like me, and I know you are, you're lazy as F. Because you're probably playing Zelda or Mario or some other crap, and you don't have to, what, you got to put on shoes, you got to put on clothing, you got to drive to the store, get real. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like you're too lazy to go to the store to get the shaves, and then you're unshaven, so you don't want to go to the store. Cut through the crap and get it to your door. If you're like me, you're sick of the nonsense, all right? Try Dollar Shave Club's Shower Shave Starter Kit for new members. It's only $5, okay? This features their executive razor and 3 trial-side versions of the most popular product that helps you stay fresh and clean. In your first box, you receive their shave butter body wash, One Wipe Charlie's butt wipe. Who's Charlie? He's got a lot of credibility in the butt wipe game.
What if Charlie is the CEO of Dollar Shave Club?
He's like,
wouldn't that be funny?
That would be interesting. He's like, I'm so passionate about this butt wipe, I'm putting my name on it. Like, he was not like Charlie's razor. You know what I mean? He's like, I love these butt wipes. This is One Wipe Charlie's. Anyway, tip of the beanie to Charlie, whoever you are. You will also receive their executive razor, which includes their premium weighty handle and a full cassette of cartridges. After the first box, replacement cartridges are sent for only a few bucks a month. This offer is exclusively available at dollarshaveclub.com/H3. That is dollarshaveclub.com/H3. If you want a great gift, give them Dollar Shave Club. They got a super simple gift membership and e-cards. Dollar Shave Club's high-quality product will have you covered from face to cheeks. And you know what? And to butt cheeks. I was just about to make a joke. Like, you know what cheeks they're talking about, but they wrote it in, butt cheeks.
Oh.
Yeah, they covered me on that one. There's no better time to try the club out. So thank you to Dollar Shave Club, Hims, and Nature Box for supporting us. If you're in the market for any of those products, please consider supporting them to help support the show. Now let's get right back into the memes with our boy, Player Unknown, a.k.a. Brendan Greene. Welcome back, everybody, to the H3 Podcast. We were just talking about you were back making mods for H1Z1, or at least you had licensed it.
Yeah, I licensed the idea and kind of helped them implement the first idea of Battle Royale into the game, and then they kind of took the idea and ran with it, which eventually spawned King of the Kill last year, or this year.
Is that when you started making actually money from this project?
Yeah, no, I mean, John Smedley really made sure, they gave me a good license, and he really made sure that, like he said to me, he's like, you've been doing this for a few years for free. Now I want to give you a chance to make some money from this because you've done something good.
That's really great.
And I mean, that doesn't happen,
That's really
it's
cool.
like...
Yeah, the whole exchange is interesting because, well, one... So the format is something that you own? Is it something like you consider IP? So how did he come to license it from you?
But that's what his lawyers thought as well. He was like, what? You want
Why
to
are you
license
doing this?
what?
Just steal it.
Yeah. Well, no, not even that. It was just they found the concept of licensing an IP to be interesting, right? Mm-hmm. But it's the same. Like at Bluehole, they did the same. They licensed my game mode. They accepted that Battle Royale, at least in the version that I created for Arma 3, was kind of my IP. And they licensed that for use in Battlegrounds, so I get a license fee from them as well. So
it's much the same way that like Dota 2 is a license.
Yeah, I think so.
That Valve bought from the guy who made it, Ice Frog.
I think it's something like that. Yeah. It's like
so. This is a great thing. If you don't know, Dota 2 was created as a mod for Warcraft 3 by this guy Ice Frog,
crazy. And it became like its own.
And Valve bought it, the license for it. So it's.
The biggest games in the last 10, 15 years have been mods. So
do you see your game potentially being the birthplace of something else?
Oh, maybe. I would love to find the next Player Unknown. Like, really, I mean, it's...
Or do you think that you'll be too restrictive or out of paranoia of not wanting to expose the engine?
Well, no, I mean, I think
abuse?
Our custom game mode can really let people play with the game. Like, as I said, we really want to give fine-grained control, but mainly done from like UI elements, so that you're at least doing it in the game and not modding the game externally. Which is, yes, it is restrictive, but I hope that people will be able to create their own game modes using this, and it opens up to a lot more people. Because for me, modding was like this massive mountain. You had to know how to code and make models and all this kind of stuff, and I really want to give everyone a chance to create their own game mode without having to worry about learning to code or this kind of thing.
I'll tell you, there's so much potential in there for custom games. Like looking back on StarCraft 2, some of the stuff that came out of there was just so weird and wild, like tower defenses.
Oh yeah,
and this kind of stuff. I would love to see that.
Oh, I
in
remember
a 3D environment and PUBG or something.
Like I
that.
did, like Delta Force Black Hawk Down. I played that game for years, and I love the custom servers. Because you'd have like a tunnel war where it's just a big long tunnel, and you go in like 2 teams of 20 with saws and just try to mow each other down in a little tunnel.
Yeah,
this kind of stuff.
Is that something that is going to be possible with the
I hope
tools
so,
available?
Yeah, I mean that's what I want. I want people to be able to create whatever game mode they want, not just restricted to battle royale. That it's a platform for game modes, right?
Sure, okay.
It's going to take us some time to do that, but
yeah. So first of all, let's start here. The game releases officially
today
with 25 million copies sold. Today it officially releases. What does that mean?
For us, it's just a big milestone. It means for us that the game, what we see is mainly feature complete, right? That all the elements of the game mode of like the game are in there for the most part, especially when it comes to gameplay. So like we have the 3D replays in, we have the kill cam or death cam in there. We have a few other, like all the features that we kind of said we were going to put in are there now. And that's where we kind of see it. Okay, now it's time to, polish the outgame, add character leveling, add these kind of polished systems and sort of superfluous systems that aren't necessary for gameplay, but just are nice to have.
So it's much like the Dota 2 release date, if you recall that. Nothing really changes.
Yeah, I mean...
It's just like, hey, we did it.
Well, no, I mean, we have the test server moving to live. So, like, we have the new map coming in. We have...
Oh, the new map's not out yet.
No, it's not on the live server, so it's only on the test server.
Okay.
So
is that coming out tonight?
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Oh yeah,
Very
so
cool.
that's to be on live. So we have the new map. The optimization is much better. It runs a lot smoother.
And that's coming tonight.
That's coming tonight.
So there's a lot of meaningful.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
updates.
not only is it just, it's like for us internally, it's a milestone. It's a big milestone, but it doesn't mean the end of development. We want to keep.
Of course.
But the
just
game
wondering
is
technically.
Oh no,
what's coming for the players?
3D replays, new map, much better optimization. Like people are seeing upwards of like 30, 40 FPS sometimes on some systems, so, and both maps are running much better now, not just the new map. So, we still have a lot of work to do with servers and stuff like that, and there will be issues, but the core game on the client side should be running a lot smoother now. So, and with the 3D replays, like I'm so excited for that. It's like people have seen it already on the test servers where they're making little movies basically, because you can watch your whole round back. And I want to expand that. I want to put cinematic tools so you can create movies using your round or your friend's round. Or and I think it's going to be really powerful for right, and really put in some really cool cinematic stuff in there that you can give it a look or a feel or whatever. It's
cool.
Yeah,
I'm curious. So you have this battle royale format that you've licensed now twice to bigger developers. So tell me about how this relationship with Bluehole worked. Or first of all, how did you guys meet, and how did you start to conceive of making your own actual game?
So Chang-An Kim, our CEO now, he was executive producer at Bluehole at the time, and he had been making MMOs as most Korean companies make, or just MMORPGs. That's what they make.
Right.
But he loved Battle Royale, the movie. He was a big fan, and he always wanted to make a Battle Royale style game. And he had seen the work I'd done in H1 and in Arma, and he thought, okay, let's reach out to him and see if he wants to make a game with us. So they sent me an email, and I got on a Skype call with him and Sammy, and we chatted for about an hour or so, and then the next week I was on a plane to Korea to meet the team, and I saw the concepts they'd done, and I just loved the quality and the level of detail they put in, and I thought, okay, that was my main concern for making my own game, was that it would have like this level of quality and this, it looked like a modern game. That's what it was important to me, because I like my realism in games. So that was important. I saw what they had done on Terra, and I saw just their attention to detail and like their motto of like making well-made games. And that just drew me, and I thought something inside just went, yeah, this is the right call to make, and went, and they offered me a position as creative director, leading a team. And, at the start, the team knew I didn't have a huge amount of experience, and they really did support me well, and kind of, we had a lot of arguments about things adding to the game, but, it's... I learned a lot over that first like 2 or 3 months, because it was my first job in gaming, right?
Yeah,
Here, be creative director. It was okay.
So what was the size of the team when you started?
At the time, it was like 30 people. It was really small. It was like this core group of devs that had been longtime friends of CH and just, been on his team for many years, and, just... Yeah, it was about 30 people. We, even up until launch at Steam Early Access, I think we reached a maximum size of about 40 people. 35, 40. We had about 5 people working off-site remotely, and about 35 people working. 130-ish, 140, and growing. You know, and we just moved into new offices in Korea, in Seoul, and they're just beautiful. Big lot of space, and you can see the true size of the team now, and it excites me. And we have an office opening in LA, we have one in Madison, Wisconsin, and we have one in Europe opening as well. And just seeing that kind of growth really excites me, because I know this is like, this is not like a pump and dump, as some people have said, and this is something like I can see our internal plan. I can see that this is something we want to support for 10, 20 years. And that really excites me, because that's all I ever wanted from a game, was that we make a good game and give something good for players to play.
Right. How hard is it to find good people fast? Because you guys...
to go from 30 to 130.
I mean, it's really hard to find people.
We're in the position now where we're trying to find people for a fashion company we started recently. And we've been looking for like a month. And it's super hard to find qualified people. I imagine it's the same way in that field.
Like in Korea especially, a lot of the game developers want to work on mobile games because that's where the money is. It's like mobile in the Far East is super, super popular. Everyone and their mother and their dog is on their phone. So there's huge money there. So a lot of developers want to work in mobile space rather than PC space, because it's not a hugely profitable industry. So finding these people who have, number one, the necessary skills, know the engine, and can fit with the team, it's hard.
It's not a lot of people.
No. And again, it's not something you can just throw money at. It's like you have to spend time. And
I think people just think that you're like, just throw money at it.
Oh, yeah. Like, you guys have made this amount of money. Obviously, you can do anything. And it's like, no, the world doesn't work like that. It takes time. If you want to make something good, it takes time.
So you as the creative director, what exactly is your role in the game? What do you oversee? What authority do you have? Because I know a lot of people basically blame you or give you all the credit for the game. You get it on both sides, right?
I am on my Apple II making the game by myself. It's like I'm the creative director. So mainly for me, and this was kind of a tough adjustment for me, because when I did the mod, I had like a small team working with me, but at the start I did everything. I did from coding to the art to everything was kind of my hand, and I oversaw everything. And then coming into being a creative director, where you're essentially a visionary and not like an implementer, as they say, that was tough, because I felt myself micromanaging a lot, and I was kind of given out to a few times. It's like, stop fucking micromanaging. And it's like, so really, it's just I outline vision, and then the team make the vision, which is strange to me, because I want to work.
Seems like a great place to be.
Oh yeah, but it's strange because I like to work. I like to get my hands involved.
For years, you were nurturing
and to get
this
something
baby.
done and with your taste, it's probably hard to like.
Oh yeah,
to convey it to someone else.
But I'm really lucky. Like the team we have now. That's why I'm happy to travel around, because I know I can trust them. It's like leading up to launch, I know I don't need to worry. I don't need to approve anything. Like everything they send me, I'm like, yeah, that's great. They have such a high quality bar anyway that they're easy to work with. But, day to day, I am the face of the game essentially, but really it's the team, they make the game, and they fix the game and they do everything with the game. While yes, I oversee some stuff and give a yes or no, really my job now is creating the next vision and kind of like where we go in the future.
How quickly did success come from the moment you guys put it up on Steam and it's alpha phase?
So yeah, we did like this pre-alpha back in June last year. Which no one should have played. It was like a prototype. It's the kind of version of a game that companies never show. It's an internal playtest, and we decided, to hell with it. We got 600 streamers, people who'd supported Battle Royale and on H1 and Arma, and kind of said, listen, come try this out. And it was rough, and it was really rough, but it was just a concept. Then for the first alpha testing, we just opened it up to streamers and said, here, listen, go stream the game. Let's show people this evolution, let's show people the birth of a game, essentially.
Was it all the clout you had built up over the years, you think, that gave it that spark of life?
Oh, I think so. I've always been very helpful to streamers, especially in the Arma 3 Battle Royale. Like if they wanted servers for custom like sub Sundays or something, I would give them. I would host servers for them. A lot of them I gave like 50 or 60 streamers like the Observer tool, so they could just go in and watch the end of matches, and you ended up having great shoutcasters being born out of that. So I was very friendly with streamers, and I never asked them for anything. I just, here's a game, if you like it, you can play it. I never kind of chased people to play my game.
At what point did it like explode though? Because for me, it just happened like a couple months ago, where it was just like,
all of a sudden there was like everyone is talking about it.
Yeah. No, I think like we had a very good launch. We were 1 million copies sold in like 16 days or something. You know?
So from the
like,
beginning, it was a wildfire.
It was like we were just going like this from the start, which
that's incredible.
And it's surreal to us, and I think it's great that it happened like that because it was so surreal. It didn't really sink in, you know.
That's nuts, dude.
And the team. We're focused on making the game. You know, we're not out celebrating. You know, for every we were doing like a dinner for every 1 million copies we sold, but they had to stop that because that was going out every week, right?
So
then it was like,
ridiculous.
okay, every 10 million copies, right? And then we go out for a dinner with the whole team, have some drinks, and then it's back to work. You know, that we're very, you know, there's no celebration. Even me, like I'm not running around the place like popping champagne and, you know, that's not what I do. I like working.
So before you were on a shoestring, you were on welfare.
Oh, yeah.
The game was literally funded by welfare. Now you have pretty much all the resources you could ask for in terms of money.
Yeah.
How has that changed the development of the game?
Oh, nothing. I mean, the development plan still is in place. You know, we're still trying to. We've had a plan for, you know, this year, and now 1.0 is kind of that plan is now done, and now we move to next year, and you know, building it as a platform for esports and all this kind of other work we have to do, like character leveling and all these other systems. We want to add the polish to the game, and you know, we still want to plan what we want to do for the next year. So you know, that's after we get 1.0 out the door, we sit down and do more meetings and try to figure out what we want to do next year. So yeah,
has the money enabled you to do something more with the game that you previously didn't think you could do?
Oh, this is what I mean. Vaulting, for example, you know, like when we didn't put that in at early access launch because we didn't have the funds to get the people to program it or the time to do it. Really, that's the other thing. Like,
is it that hard to program? Just like the mechanic of jumping out the window? Because it seems so simple, obviously, to a layman.
Yeah. So you have to first get the vaulting animations, which meant us going to Prague and capturing mocap for about a day and a half, and then you import that into the game. That's another process of like actually tweaking and stuff like that the animators do, and then you have to write the system. So our map is not built for vaulting. A lot of maps are built with vaulting in mind, right? Our map never had vaulting in mind, so we had to build a system that was dynamic, that like it scans the geometry in front of you and then analyzes and go, okay, this is this high. And to get that working smoothly took about 3 months of work.
That's incredible.
And even like each animation has, say, let's say 10 states, and every state has X amount of animation. So like every animation may have like 100 different, you know, actions within it. And doing all that, it's an inordinate amount of time, you know, and to get it run smoothly and that it doesn't send people into space, you know. It's
but that can be true for every game because the simple act of jumping out the window, but it's just because the game was already made without vaulting in mind.
Exactly. So we had to
challenging.
We had to make a dynamic system that worked with the environment rather than the environment working with the vaulting system. But it's great because now the system means that we don't have to worry about making the map specifically vaultable. You know, that this vaulting system will work, that we have a lot of freedom when we come to designing the map, that we can design it whatever way we want, and the vaulting will just work.
Right. Here's a question from our subreddit. That was a good one. What is your view on the influence of early access models of the gaming industry as a whole? I mean, obviously you guys used it to incredible effect, but there are less scrupulous developers who can take people's money and run off with it. So
I've heard this before, and I really don't think it's the case. You know, obviously there's some dodgy developers, but a lot of like making games is hard. You know, it's like the act of making a game is not something that should be undertaken lightly. You know,
but isn't there something strange about selling a game before it's like finished?
I think for us, like for multiplayer games, you know, it's if you want to build a competitive shooter in a game that's balanced, you need players. You know, getting QA teams is expensive, and you know, having a massive amount of QA testers, you know, that play your game on a daily basis, it gets to balance the game much quicker. You know, I think.
So it's just a way of like really testing it.
I like it. If you want to build a game with a community, if your game is community focused, it's a really good way of doing it. But you know, I think a lot of developers get a lot of slack, and I think it's, you know, when you're making a game, you might come across a problem that you can't fix, right? And that you don't have the knowledge to fix. And that will screw your budget. And then you're over budget. And then you've no money left. And then you can't update the game anymore. And, you know, it's like I've seen some guys, like there's a guy who's bringing out a game I met at E3 called Coma. And he's worked on it like for 4 years by himself. Right. And he's now finally getting it finished. Like games are hard. And I think a lot of people don't understand that when they're getting into making a game, which is why I think early access is a great way to build your game with a community, but you know, it's hard to make games, and I think a lot of consumers don't understand that.
Sure.
I'm sure.
I mean, it's like Kickstarter for a game in a way that's like more practical and real.
Well, I mean, even the Kickstarters, I see some Kickstarters, and the figure they put up is so low. You know, you're looking at that going, that'll get you.
Create a quantum computer for $10,000 or something. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like, that'll get you about, 3 months of work, you know, and then if you don't get the game finished in 3 months, what are you going to do? You know, that it's, making games is hard.
I want to look
at a long process.
It really is. Like we did it in a year. I didn't believe we'd do it in a year, you know. But now we wanted to get something out in a year that people could actually play and give us feedback on, and we did that. And then, we're launching 1.0, and I think like the test server build is pretty stable. You know, there's a few crash issues, but we'll fix those. And it's in a good state. So like I'm really happy at the state of the game right now. But again, it's not finished. You know, we still have lots to do, but it's a milestone.
Yeah. I was looking at this list today.
Oh, yeah.
Tetris?
I love this list. It's fascinating to me. This is the top most selling games of all time.
Yep.
This is great. You guys cracked into this list.
We did.
Before release, I think you're like number 24. But the numbers on it, because I wanted to compare. You guys sold about 25 million copies. And I wanted to compare that up against the other one. Tetris, first of all.
I love that Tetris is number 1.
Million.
Yes.
I'm a Tetris fan.
I love Tetris. It's great.
Unbelievable.
That is great.
So this guy or this developer is getting royalties on every single one of those sales. There's one guy that made Tetris?
Is he? I know there was a mad story behind that like, someone copied his game first and released it and he made no money from it. And then
do you ever have nightmares that could have happened to you?
Listen, it's going to happen. It's the world today. Like, it just like.
But someone could have just burned you, or like Bluehole could have made the game without you, and just
I've been incredibly lucky that I've managed to work with really good people. Like even my boss, CH, he's honestly one of the most honorable and honest men, and he's not afraid to tell you what he thinks.
You could have got Tetris, bro.
I could have. I'll be going to my grave thanking John Smedley and CH.
Honestly, the story of how these guys all reached out to you respectfully to license from you is pretty incredible.
Oh, no, I mean, it doesn't happen, right? I feel so lucky that I've been given this chance, and I finally got to make a game with someone, and I'm just happy people enjoy it. You know, it's
a lot of people.
Right? Yeah.
Number 2, Minecraft. Now what do we got here? 122 million. Minecraft is catching up with
Tetris.
And then this one actually blew my mind. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Well, they would sell a lot of copies on console, I would think. A lot.
That's one of those games I've bought like 3 times and haven't played. You know what I mean? Like I'll buy it on the computer. I'm like, I'll play it on Xbox. Don't play it on there.
I played a bit of GTA 5.
Yeah. But anyway, you go down. Diablo 3, my goodness. I just Diablo 3 making an appearance, Skyrim making an appearance. Wii Sports, that's a kind of a twist, isn't it?
Wii Sports Resort, no less.
They must have just included that with every Wii.
And there it is.
But there it is, number 21. The Bluehole. Bro,
no, we'll pass.
This is from 2017, early access, 24 million. Unbelievable. How does that make you feel? I mean, it's kind of surreal, right?
That's exactly it. Like, I look at that number and go, okay. No, it's bizarre to me, and I never expected. I think no one expected what we've seen, but it's a credit to the team. They've made such an amazing product that, like, I just...
Have you've gone kind of... kind of overnight, right? In terms of wealth,
kind of, yeah.
Because you said in the first month, or 16 days, you sold $1 million.
Oh yeah, but like I don't get that money.
But you get license fees.
Yeah,
right?
I get a small percentage, of it. And I mean, but I don't make a massive amount of money.
Sure,
I'm comfortable, which is great. And for me, it's more important that I have a daughter, so now she doesn't need to worry. That I can ensure whatever she wants to do, she can do now. And that for me is the most. For me, I don't care.
It's likely that people maybe even assume that you make more money than you do.
Oh yeah,
but has this immediate wave of wealth and success had an effect on your life?
No. Like I say, I like wine, so I can now enjoy a nice bottle of wine. But I don't I don't spend money. I don't see I'm not a label junkie. I don't like flashy things. I would rather no one knows who I am. It's that's who I am. I'm not extravagant.
You had mentioned that you were staying at a nice hotel in LA, and they keep asking you if are you sure you stay here?
Yeah. No, every time I walk in, it's like, are you staying here, sir?
It's the Larry David. It's the Larry David.
And even
Book
one of the
Wealth.
nights I was leaving, right, and said goodbye to the lady, and then we came back literally like an hour later. She's like, "Excuse me, are you staying?" I was like, "I said goodbye to you like 10 minutes." What the? But yeah, what can you do?
You gotta. That's the best way to success. I'll never forget. Some comedian said it. You know why people like Bill Gates will always be rich? Because look at Bill Gates. He still shops at Costco.
Yes. Oh, that's it. Like, why?
But not just still walking around with his fedora. God bless his soul. You know, tip of the fedora to him. I was gonna ask now that you have become successful in that way. Is there what have you treated yourself to?
What's the nicest thing?
Yeah, what's the nicest thing you've bought since this game
Honestly,
has
it
gone
was
so
a
big?
bottle of wine.
Yeah.
How much, tell me about it. I'm curious.
Okay, so
what's the
there's-
nicest bottle of wine you bought?
So there's a domain from France called Domaine La Romaine Conti. They make red wine, and it's honestly just the best red wine in the world. And I've read many things about this, and everyone that says it, it's like it is just amazing.
Okay.
And like new bottles of this come in at, they sometimes start at like 5-10 grand a bottle, right? For this red. Oh no, it's proper.
Wow.
What
Like,
year is it from?
oh no, these are New Year's, like, you know,
So they
2009,
doing some
2010.
crazy shit?
They just know how to make great wine. So I saw one on a menu. I was in London for the Video Game Awards, and I went for dinner at this like 1-star Michelin place, and we were having beef Wellington, and they had a bottle of Riesberg, which is just one of their thing, and it was about, I think, about 4,000.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, fuck it. You
Yeah,
know,
fuck it.
just
Why not?
do it. I lie. It was about 2.5. Yeah, there's 2.5 because the whole meal
The
came
whole
to that.
meal,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know
That-
what?
yeah.
It's still an impressive number.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
mean, but
How was it? Did it live up to the
no, really,
hype?
it did not taste like red wine. It did not taste
Really?
like, it tasted like this fruity juice or grey, really, just the depth of flavor, and there was no alcohol off it. It was just smooth.
That's
And
amazing.
even like my
What's the name?
partner, Riesberg.
Riesberg, if you want to sponsor our show, send us a couple bottles. I'll be happy to give you a read.
Yeah, but even my partner who doesn't really like red wine, she loved it, you know, that it's just this different taste. But again, you know, that's kind of what I've done for myself.
Just a bottle of wine.
Just a bottle
That's
of wine.
nice.
Yeah.
Treat yourself.
Hey, treat yourself.
I know, but like, I mean, I bought my dad a car and you know,
There you
buying
go.
him a house. You know, I'll buy things for my family and stuff like that. For
Yeah.
me, I don't really care. You know, it's like, as long as I'm comfortable and can eat, I'm okay.
Right. What do you eat? What's your favorite thing?
Ramen. All day.
Is there a level of like ramen in terms of price? Can you get extravagant with ramen?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
It's just
I think
it's
like
a street food.
Yeah, like, I mean, the best ramens I've had have been in really done or dingy places in Japan where like they've got mold on the side of the wall.
Oh, more mold better. More mold the better.
Oh yeah.
You know, I was watching some travel guide for food, and there's actually a ramen place that has a Michelin star in
Oh, yeah.
Japan that's just like street food.
Yeah.
It's
Wow,
like $5.
that's really cool.
There's lines outside the door all day,
Yeah.
and it has a Michelin star.
There's one in, I think,
wanna try
Singapore as
that.
well, where it's like this Hong Kong fried chicken or something. And, you know, he's got a Michelin star. And he comes and puts on his chef's whites. And this
love
is
that.
before he even got it. Like, he puts his chef's whites at 5 a.m. to fry the duck and stuff like that. It's like, but they got a Michelin star. It's just about the quality.
That's so cool.
Yeah, totally about the quality. Japan, interestingly, has the most Michelin stars of any country by far. I think they
Really?
account for like 60-70% of all the Michelin stars.
Because I've been to a few. I was at a few in Netherlands and in England. I've been at a few, and they're just, especially the 2-star and 3-star places. Holy shit! Man.
We went to a 3-star Michelin
in New York when we got our first 1 million subscribers on our YouTube channel.
What was it called?
La Bernardine.
It's crazy.
Right? It's like a ballet. It's
you-
like
It is. The service is unbelievable. There was someone under there like fondling my balls, and
Yep.
I didn't want to say anything to Hila, but I was like, this is just part of the experience.
go with it.
No, but like it was obviously really expensive, but they serve you like a plate of raw salmon, and I don't like fish.
Right.
And they've got some kind of sauce going on there, and you eat it, and it is the best fish you've ever had. It's like
Yeah.
fresh. It's
Yeah.
not fishy. It's incredible, and you're like, oh my god, okay, I get this.
I love salmon now.
Yeah, I love salmon. In this $500 per person restaurant.
Yeah. Same like my friend. I brought a friend of mine to LA for Christmas a few Christmases ago, and he loves Mexican food. And I brought him some fish tacos here, and he just fell in love.
That's awesome.
And then he came back to Ireland and went into a local like Mexican place and got a fish taco. He said, I sat there and cried. Just eating it going,
yeah, you can't. No. That's my...
That happened to us once in Israel.
Man, you can't.
We're fans of Mexican food. That's like our favorite thing.
Yeah.
And we eat it a lot here. But when we lived in Israel together, we tried once a Mexican place there. It was so bad.
It's a mockery.
Oh, no, they have Mexican places in Korea as well.
Don't ever eat Mexican outside. I would say Texas or SoCal. Right. No, all of Cal. All of Cal is good.
California.
Yeah.
People are going to get so angry that I said that. We're in the United States or Mexico. All right? For Christ's sake.
SoCal.
But, like, you go in Mexico or in Israel, they're like...
Oh, my God. They made, like, a burrito, and they put corn in it and, like, stuff that really don't belong there.
Yeah,
It was a mess.
Shame on you. I don't know what's the big deal. Just find a Mexican guy. He'll tell you what to do. They got to, like, put their little twist on it every time. It's sacrilege.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're good at other foods, though. There's really good food in Israel.
Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break as I calm down. I'm fired up about these sons of guns. Anyway, guys, quick commercial break. We've got a ton of chit-chat left, so don't go away. Stay tuned. See you soon. Thank you to Capterra for sponsoring this episode of the H3 Podcast. It's that time of the year when the days are shorter. Don't waste your precious daylight sifting through a sea of search results when looking for the right business software. Get home on time tonight with Capterra.com. Now, Capterra is a website. If you are a young entrepreneur, if you have an entrepreneurial spirit, I like saying that. It's a fun phrase. It's very lofty. And I think that I have an entrepreneurial spirit. Do you, Hila? I think you definitely do. I think you embody the spirit of entrepreneurialism.
I don't know that I could say that by myself.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I just hear them say it on Shark Tank all the time.
We're YouTubers, Ethan.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to glorify just an asshole on talking into the camera. Anyway, get focused.
We're YouTubers with merch.
Can we get sponsored by some ADHD medicine or something? Capterra is the point of this, okay? They have a website for young entrepreneurs with entrepreneurial spirit where you can go there, tell them what exactly you need, and they're going to describe to you the perfect software for your needs. This is a valuable service. I cannot overestimate it, okay? I'm talking about editing. I'm talking about business. I'm talking about bookkeeping, anything. When you're a startup looking to keep better tracks of customers and nonprofit, hoping to have record fundraising year, or a business that simply needs better payroll software, you need Capterra, and you need the software that's on Capterra. Search their 400 categories of software on Capterra. Discover the right tool for your business, anything from email marketing to scheduling to accounting and beyond. So far beyond. It's so far beyond, bro. Capterra makes it easy to find what you're looking for. Capterra has thousands of ratings and reviews from actual software users just like you. Yes, you there. Just like you. Not you, the other guy. Best of all, using Capterra is absolutely free. 2018 will be here before you know it, so make sure you've got the software your business needs today to help you do what you do better. So here's the deal, my friends. Join the millions who use Capterra. That is Capterra, Capterra.com. Let me try that again. Capterra.com/H3. That's Capterra with 2 R's.com/H3. Give them a try, guys. They got software beyond everything you need. Thank you then for sponsoring us. And finally, we have got The Elder Scroll Legends, my favorite card game that I love. Okay? Now, if you are into card games, if you are like Competitive Edge, if you want to get weird and wild on the internet and dominate fools in the freaking setting of the Elder Scrolls, everybody's favorite franchise, you need to get Elder Scrolls Legends. It's free to play. It's out on everything. Steam, Mac, iOS, Android tablets, phones. Here's what I love. Say you're on your phone, disconnect, or you lose, whatever. You just, the battery dies. Forget this. Log on your computer, you can pick up exactly where you left off. No BS. Oh, you got an auto loss. Get real. We need games that evolve for our taste in this new world of gaming. Pound it, Hila.
Did they write that?
No, that was all me. Go to Bethesda.net, make an account. It works on all devices, guys. Here's a cool thing. Twitch drops. If you link your Bethesda.net account with your Twitch account, you get free stuff just for watching someone streaming the game on Twitch. Pretty dope. Also, unique features of the game. They've got lane systems. So unlike other ones, there's just one lane, you got 2 lanes. It adds a whole new depth of strategy to the game. You got monthly updates, frequent metagame patches. They believe a digital card game should make use of being digital and have frequent changes. What's the point of being online if you can't be with the times? I mean, really, are we savages? They don't think so, and I don't think so either. New card every goddamn month. You got runes, prophecies, color, attributes, story mode, PvE, arena. Come on. Why are you not playing this right now? The Elder Scrolls Legends. Heroes of Skyrim. Search the Google Play Store, App Store, or Steam to download for free and play today. Visit Bethesda.net for more information or go to beth.game/H3, my friends. You're going to have a lot of fun. Give it a shot. It's free to play. This is the future, and the future is now. And it's set in the world of the Elder Scrolls, which we all love. Thank you, guys. Thank you. If you guys are looking for a new game, consider playing Elder Scrolls Legends. And if you're looking for that perfect software, consider going to Capterra to support the show. My friends, thank you for watching. Let's get right back into it. Welcome back to the H3 podcast. I've got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mo money, mo problems?
No.
Okay. Fair enough. Moving on. Since you become somewhat of a gaming celebrity, I think it's safe to say, what does it feel like having all these people, having opinions about you, talking about you, blaming you for stuff? People are angry. They get angry, right? Like,
opposite, praising you.
Yeah, of course. You get everything.
I try to keep feet on the ground. Like, I've been dealing with the hate from, like, even from way back in Arma 3, you get just tweets at you saying, fix this, fix that, this is broken, this is that, all the way through H1 and now into PUBG. So I enjoy it with coffee in the morning. I really, like, any of, like, the actually genuine comments I get about, like, fix this because this is broken, right? Mm-hmm. I'll pass on to the team, Mm-hmm. But if you're tweeting at me going, fix your fucking game, that's useless. Well, fix what, right? So you just learn to ignore them. It's like, what can you do?
Right. Yeah, what can you do?
I mean, if you, there are forums, there are places that tell us what your problems are. We will try to fix them. We love working with the community, but just tweeting at me going like, "Fix your fucking game." Just
right. Doesn't bother you.
And no, not at all. Even it's spread to my Instagram now. I started Instagram lately, so now people are saying, "Optimize your fucking game," and it's like, it's Instagram, man. Like, leave me alone.
Is there any complaint or comment that does bother you?
When I see commentators, kind of like it happened a few months ago when people were saying this is a pump and dump, that like the only reason we were like, when we released the Gamescom crate, even though we were donating a large amount of money to charity, people still said, oh, that's just, that I was, deceitful, greedy, hypocritical.
It's got to be frustrating because you're the face of the game, but you're not necessarily even making the business decisions.
No, but I mean, I take the heat. That's fine. That's what I do. I put my name on the game. Right. That's okay. But that's what it doesn't even affect me. It's just like it's like I know why we're doing this, and especially when people said it was a pump and dump. It was like, really? Like, you honestly think that? Like, look at our history of development. Look at what we've done, and coming out of early access now into 1.0, it's like, fuck yeah. It's like, people said, oh, this game will never, the amount of times I've heard that, it's like challenge accepted. And, and now fucking challenge completed and we're out of early access.
How do you feel about microtransactions? Because you guys did introduce crates, but it's cosmetic, right? Yeah.
Purely cosmetic.
Cosmetic.
So we did one for Gamescom just to test the system. We still have free crates in the game, and we still do. And we just wanted to test the system. But I think cosmetic microtransactions, purely cosmetic, they're a good way to keep the games alive. As I said, like, we spend millions of dollars per month on servers. We're not going to be selling millions of copies every week anymore. Or the sales will slowly tail off. Sure. So you need some way to support the massive costs of running a game for millions of people. And cosmetic boxes work.
I personally, I don't know. Do people get angry about cosmetic? I don't think. I don't.
No, I mean, I think
it's just when they start affecting the game, that's when people and that's justified.
Oh yeah, and that'll never happen with us. It's like, for me, I like a skin economy. I think it rewards people. Like, some guy sold the PlayerUnknown set about a month ago, and he bought himself a Vive with room scale and everything. Yeah, and that was just from like buying the deluxe. And I love that. People tweet me going, "Thank you so much." Like I got this, and it's like I like that people are rewarded for playing the game. And this is something we want to continue.
I've always been concerned about skins in the game. Like if it's a really bright color, it actually it hinders you.
Oh yeah.
If anything, the skins make you worse, right?
Yeah,
makes you more visible.
Exactly. There's a guy in Arma 3. We had this scientist uniform that was all white. It was just white from top to tail, like an overall. And he used to play as that, just because it was an extra challenge, right? So I'm sure you'll get people like running around in the brightest things possible, just winning. Just trying to win. Yeah.
It's like this saying in real life, like you got to suffer to look good or something.
Suffer
for fashion.
But on the other end, will you ever make clothing that is more camouflaging by nature?
Oh no, like we have an internal rule that like we want to add more camouflage clothing, but it will be found in game. Like
so you can actually find advantageous clothing in the game.
Yeah,
that you would really want to switch on.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so like we want to put in maybe some military uniforms, stuff like this. Just other things.
You can never buy those.
No.
Interesting.
Well, no, I mean, we don't want, like, we have kind of a rule, the artists have a rule that you cannot make it camouflage, you cannot make it, like, blending into the surroundings too much, as a cosmetic item that will have in loot crates. It's that to me is pay to win, and they understand
It is a little bit.
Yeah.
And once you touch it just a little bit, then you can be problematic.
Exactly. So, we have an internal rule about
That's
that.
Good.
So, I mean, it's...
What in your opinion... let me close this sec. What, in your opinion, is the perfect competitive game, or your opinion on what's your favorite competitive game out, that's ever been made?
I love CS.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you a player? You play a lot?
No, I've tried playing, but I kept dying, so I gave up.
It's funny. I'm really good at CS:GO, and I'm really awful at PUBG.
I'm really bad at both.
I was wanting to ask you if you're a good PUBG player.
Not really. I mean, I can I can get into the top 3 because I can camp.
You just
my ass.
That's all I do.
Like that, it's camp. It's hide, and
that's how I got to number 50. That one game.
You had a great game one time, just hiding out.
I was just shooting at a door.
You know what really I loved was did you see that Twitch plays PUBG? So they had like Twitch chat controlling a character, and he got to 3rd position. In like this is Twitch chat, and so many people got so mad because it was like I've only ever gotten like to the top 20, and Twitch chat get to number 3. Like
Dude,
what the hell?
I found that you can reliably get top 10 if you just find a corner in the middle of the circle and don't move.
Yep.
If you want to play like that, yeah.
If you want to have no fun.
But if you want action.
If you don't want to have fun.
Well, this is the great thing about the game is that you can play whatever way you want. Right? I mean, it's if you want to run around naked in a frying pan with a frying pan, and just try to win your way that way. I think that will have to be an achievement, winning with just underwear and frying pan.
I got a question. What did you think about this phenomenon of people chasing around Twitch streamers and Jeeps honking at them?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Did you like that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, it was so funny. Like, everyone was like, please add horns to the game. Please add it. I would play I would play with Discord. Like I'd pop into the chat and Discord and play with them, and and then we eventually added it, and then everyone was like, please take the horns out of the game. But no, it was fun for a while, and people were saying we were banning people for that. We never banned anyone for honking at a streamer. It was just like there's
some many streamers got really, really, really upset.
Oh yeah, they really did.
What would you say to them?
Chill the fuck out.
Okay,
like really, I mean, look, it's frustrating. I'm sure
it's a laugh. It's great.
It is. I mean, it's a laugh. But come on, it's not like you're competing for $100,000, and it's like it's just have a bit of fun. Like
you can
enjoy.
Also put a little bit of a delay if it really troubles you that much.
I mean, you can cover up the server ID and stuff like that, or black out the screen until you're in the game. There's a few things that streamers, of course they can. And I feel like putting a delay will kind of ruin a lot of people's streams because that's what Twitch is about. It's about that interactivity. It's about chatting with chat. And I saw some commentators saying, if they can't, they're not entertainers if they can't, put a delay in play. And it's like, come on, this is Twitch. You need that interactivity, and you have to have that kind of the interactivity with chat. That's what makes their personality so magnetic, right?
I think you need to use the honking. It's a laugh.
Yeah.
I remember this one guy, he made this compilation of harassing all of these guys. It was huge on Reddit. And I don't remember the streamer, but he took down the video. And I'm not trying to shit on this guy or anything, but it was such a funny video. It was such a great video.
Yeah.
And I remember we were streaming PUBG at the time, and after that it was just like honking mania. And it's funny,
No, it is funny.
It's funny.
Yeah,
it's funny.
Okay, listen, if you're not covering yourself up to allow people, if you let people know where you're playing, expect it. It's the internet. They will find you.
Stream snipers.
You need to add like a horn or something. You need to step it up to the next level, like a foghorn.
A foghorn.
We can put those in like as a DLC.
Yeah.
$5.99.
How do you feel about stream sniping? Is that a problem, or is that just it's just a thing that exists on Twitch?
It exists. Like we have internal systems that we can look at. Like if there's someone that's really like malicious about it, we have data internally. We can see and go, okay, but this guy is obviously
it's an offense. It's against the rules of the game.
Exactly right.
Okay.
I mean, we handle it carefully. We don't ban people without evidence. A lot of people think we just ban people on the word of streamers. We don't. It's like we treat streamers like everyone else. We look at the report. If there's evidence there in our data, we'll ban for it. And some stream snipers, they do it just for fun. But there's some that are malicious, and they will literally follow around people to fuck up their day. And
so
that's
when you say malicious, what is it? What's
well,
the
no,
difference?
they're literally trying to just kill the streamer every single time.
Just ruin their time.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And I hate trolls. I fucking hate going back under the bridge. You know what I mean? It's like, especially like these guys are trying to have a good time, and it's stop being a fucking bully. You know what I mean? It's
right.
So for me, it's like we have evidence. We look for evidence, and if there's evidence there, we ban people. If not,
Got it. I want to ask you about there's competing battle royale games that are out. Do you see them as copycats or natural competition?
So, I mean, I don't see them really as copycats. There's certain things that I sort of created for my battle royale game mode in Arma, and then jumping out of a plane and the red zone and stuff like that. These are kind of ideas that are kind of unique, and a lot of people said, no, you copy just the movies and stuff, and they didn't exist in the movies. You know what I mean? That these are kind of unique to my game mode. So, I feel some ownership over that IP, but
certain aspects of your IP.
Yeah, but like the battle royale game mode is not something I created. It's a last man standing deathmatch.
Sure.
I want
so
to.
It's more. It's not the battle royale aspect. There's certain parts of your IP that you feel you have possession of.
Not even possession, but just something that I came up with that's unique to my battle royale game mode. And we've said this before that. I want this genre to grow. We're not trying to stifle anything by kind of, anything we've done in the past. We want it to grow, but in order for the genre to grow, it has to have kind of new and interesting spins. If it's all the same game every time, that's just boring, right? It's like you're not getting anything new, and we want to kind of, we want other companies, if they choose to do battle royale games, to put their own spin on it and try to do something interesting instead of just cloning what's popular.
Do you have intellectual property rights to some of the aspects?
Not. See, this is the thing we're looking into is that, like in movies and books and art, that IP protections exist. If you're an artist, there is protections in the medium, right? For you, and it doesn't exist in games, right?
Really?
And people say there's a lot of game designers saying that it would stifle creativity and stuff like that, but I don't think so. I think it would encourage creativity because you're just not letting people just rip off everyone else. That you're trying to give, because games are art at the end of the day, and I think we should have some kind of protection for artists essentially that create something unique, and then they can kind of go forward with it without worrying about someone just going and ripping their idea that maybe have a bigger budget, So that's what we want to look into is because it doesn't exist in this space yet, and I think it's something worth looking into.
So your perspective is protecting, because you guys are already the biggest.
Yeah, no, I mean,
we don't need protection.
No, we don't care.
You're fortunate to kind of climb your way up to the top without ever being ripped off.
Exactly, right? I mean, we've had a very good run, and we're not trying to stifle competition at all. Listen, the GTA 5 brought out Motor Wars, and the Culling was out before, after H1. We're not trying to stop anyone. You know what I mean? It's like we just want to add protections to stop, as we said, someone coming up with a great idea, maybe they aren't as popular as us, but then some other bigger company just rips off that idea. We want to provide protections for artists, essentially, because they exist in all other mediums, so why not in games?
Is that true that there's no IP? I guess there's franchises, there's not like mechanics, I guess.
No, exactly. There's it. I don't know exactly.
But don't you think that's a slippery slope to
It has to be done carefully,
kind of, right?
Yeah.
If you're okay, let's just say hypothetically, we own parachuting out of an airplane.
Oh yeah,
in a battle royale game,
it does have to be done.
Right?
Oh no, it has to be done carefully. You know what I mean? But it's something that I think is worth looking into. Not saying something that maybe will work, but it's definitely something that I think artists have to be protected or ideas have to be protected, because you're creating something unique. And especially nowadays where gaming is getting so much more mainstream that, that you want the little guy to succeed, that if a little guy creates something and then the bigger company just rips off his idea, and he has no recourse or no framework to go to. Yes, it can be very a slippery slope, but I think we can look at, as I said, music and other forms of art and see how they do it, and then try to work something out. But it's a long road. It's something we need to look into and research and talk with people and talk with other industry people about it. It's not something we want to jump into quickly, but it's something we think we should look into.
Mm-hmm. I on YouTube that we come up with a lot of IP and intellectual property and copyright stuff. I mean, there's a philosophy I somewhat agree with, is that there should be no copyright at all.
I kind of agree with that.
Unlike the opposite side, is that, IP really, some people would argue, just stifles creativity.
Yeah.
And the best product wins out, right? The best team, the best development wins out. So that's one.
Oh, no,
ideology.
I personally, I tend to agree with that,
yeah.
But really, looking at this, again, I don't think it stifles creativity because, it exists in music and films and books to a large extent, and we're still seeing new music and new books being written every day. I don't think it stifles creativity. I think it encourages people to be more unique because you can't just rip off someone else's idea, right? That it's about encouraging people to come up with unique stuff rather than just ripping people off.
I guess when it's done right. That's
exactly. And this is the thing; it has to be done right.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to take time, but it has to be done right.
It would probably have to be a very, very specific combination of falling off a plane with the red mark and this and that and that and that is our IP
in a battle royale game.
Yeah,
it would have to be very specific. Yeah, but
that's how they do patents and copyrights. It's well, this ball is patented because it doesn't make noise when you throw it. And on Shark Tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But again, the battle royale game mode itself, I don't think is copyrightable. You know what I mean? That it's a last man standing deathmatch.
Can I ask you, what about your version of battle royale do you think is uniquely yours?
I mean, honestly, I think the plane starting, that's something I came up with late. I mean, even the ever decreasing blue circle, right?
Okay.
In the movie The Hunger Games, it's a different zone. In the Battle Royale, the book, it's a square, but I couldn't code either of those. So it's an ever decreasing circle, right? So that was my creation for this. But that's not a unique idea, right?
I love the touch, though. If you're the first guy who did that, that counts for something. Both of those together is a big part of why the game's special.
Yeah, and the loot system, the way that the loot system works, the randomness of it, that I don't think it's a big factor, but the way that we plan the loot system internally, I think is a big factor why it's so replayable,
But I feel like if you control all three of those aspects, there's it really depends.
Oh no, I wouldn't want to control it. These are.
But hypothetically,
even the loot system came from DayZ, so that's where that. But for me, the unique things that I kept, like the red zone, that didn't exist in any of the movies or books and stuff.
Like the air raid.
Zones. The blue circle and the jumping out of a plane. That's what I think is three things I created for my version of Battle Royale on Arma, right? And that's kind of what I consider my ideas. Not necessarily unique ideas, but they're what I made into a game, right? But again, it's a long road for us. We don't want to, as I said, we don't want to stifle creativity. We don't want to shut down competitors. We would just want to find ways to maybe protect people's ideas in the future. It's not for us.
You want to set a legal precedent.
We want to protect. For us, it's always been even when this all came to prominence a few months ago, it wasn't about people copying us. It's about that. It's about setting up, maybe IP protection, that big companies ripping off little companies shouldn't really, it's not really allowed to happen in other mediums. So why is it so okay in gaming, right? Yeah. It's still the Wild West, so to speak, in gaming, kind of, especially with so many indie developers coming up now. And so, let's see.
Okay. That's fair enough, for sure. What is it about your game that you think was so successful? Clearly it was the perfect time, the perfect game, perfect place. What's going on there?
I think it's unique every time. as we said earlier, it's a unique story every time you play the game. But I think it's the freedom we give the players. Like, there's no right way to play the game. That if you want a high action game, drop at school. If you don't, just open early and get the fuck away from everyone, right?
Yeah.
That there's that freedom to play however you want. If you want to run a pistol round, do it. You want to run with just snipers, do it. That people love shooter games. And this is like a shooter game with all the mechanics of a lot of the games that people love, but with a unique and unique battlefield every time, basically. So I think it's because it's that easy, and it is tough to learn. It's like, I think to win your first ever battle royale, or the first ever game of Battlegrounds, I think it's 1 in 6,000. Right?
Okay, your chances of winning is 1 in 6,000
for the first time.
That's
you play.
pretty incredible. It's a feat.
Getting struck by lightning is 1 in 3,000.
Okay.
Right? So like, it's really rare, right? So, but it takes time to learn the game, learn how the recoil system works and learn to be better at the game, and the further you play the game, or the more you get, the more you learn that the RNG doesn't really matter, because like you see, especially with the pro teams, they never die earlier on because they know to get away from people, right?
Their map awareness is like, they have like spidey senses.
Oh yeah.
It's unbelievable. They like know exactly where and how to run, and know where people generally are. I don't get it.
That's crazy.
I don't understand the spidey sense. I guess that's what happens when you play for thousands of hours.
Oh, this is like a lot of, like, especially the pro teams, they're either, ex-Arma 3BR players or H1 players, and they've been playing a long time, some of them 4 years. Like Marius, who's like an ex-Arma 3BR player, he plays with the DAS keyboard without any of the keys, right? So it's just black. Right, and he played Arma on these controls. Like, Arma is really tough to play because it has such a wide...
These guys have a competitive advantage that I can never dream of.
Yes. They Marius would kill you even if he wasn't on your server.
Wow, that's spooky. Great guy in real life. Hasn't killed anyone yet. What's your opinion on Dr. Disrespect? And not just him specifically, but it seems like a large reason for the game's popularity is also how we were talking earlier, how watchable it is. Yeah. And a lot of people, PewDiePie made a ton of videos of him playing, which was, it was already big at the time when he started playing, but like him and people like Dr. Disrespect and a lot of other Twitch streamers really made it the mainstay of their gaming.
I saw it like from when I first started this way back in DayZ Mod. I didn't watch YouTube. I didn't watch Twitch. I didn't know about streaming. I played games occasionally, and then I'd hear people like, "Oh, Captain Sparkles is playing your mod." And I'm like, "Who the fuck is Captain Sparkles?" And Go was like, "Oh, 8 million subscribers, right?" And hearing these, like, going and seeing Lyric, when Lyric had like 15K or something like that, and seeing these people that, like, that I had no idea about, but holy shit, there's a lot of people watching them, right? So, it's. Twitch has helped this game grow for sure, and seeing these guys that basically, as you said, make it their mainstay is like it's amazing. Yeah. It's like seeing people like PewDiePie or Disrespect playing the game is just it's great.
I think I was looking on PewDiePie's channel. He has he recorded a whole game where he gets first place.
Yeah,
and it's like an hour plus long, and it has like 10 million views. That's incredible.
No, it's nuts. Yeah, it's the level of exposure that gets you is crazy.
Right.
And I'm just thankful people enjoy the game, And PewDiePie follows me now, so yay.
Yeah, hey, shout out, Felix. But when you were designing the game, did you think about like, hey, this is a great game to watch?
No, but I heard, what was it, like Jeff Kaplan from Blizzard? He said in an interview that like the beauty of Battle Royale is the beauty of Battlegrounds is the pacing, is that kind of up and down. That's something I've always wanted, was that at the start it shouldn't be exciting. It should be
extreme.
It should be kind of like you're looting at the start, then you go into a bit of action, maybe in the mid game, then it's quiet again, and then a bit more action. So especially for streamers, it allows them to sit and chat with their chat basically, and it's not all action all the time. And I think that's why it's been so popular, is that it's a horror game dressed up as a shooter game. That you have that up and down motion and that kind of nice flow to the game.
Dr. Disrespect had threatened to kick you in the chest once on Twitter. And you had taken the threat seriously.
No, I didn't know. So I didn't take the threat seriously, right? It's like I made a point about like threatening violence because honestly, like, I'm a big believer. It's like, this world is shitty enough. Why be nasty to each other? And I know it's his character, but this is the internet, and there's probably going to be a few people right? See, this is it. We
Here
were
it
having
is.
a good bit of banter.
He
right?
says, "In my house, you follow the rules, or you GTFO." And then he responded, "If I could do the splits, I'd roundhouse kick you in the neck. But since I can't, I'll front kick you in the chest instead."
"Oh yeah." So like this
But you
kind
wrote
of,
something. You wrote like a long Twitter response.
oh yeah, no. I there was a nice story behind it. When I was in college, I got kicked through a glass window by a flatmate.
What the hell?
What happened
Yeah,
there?
He came home really drunk, and he was hassling my other Finnish flatmates, and he pushed one of them back in the stairs, and I came over and was like, "What the fuck?" And he just kicks me into the chest, and I fell backwards, head through the glass window, fall onto the
Wow.
ground, get up. He's looking a bit shocked, punch him into the nose, breaks his nose, and then I just go to bed. But it was.
Wow, it's like an episode of WWF.
Right, I mean,
yeah.
this is just college years, yay. But I mean, I really the reason I addressed that was that I have a brother back home that suffers from PTSD and stuff like this, and he was in a car accident about 10 years ago and killed some young lad.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh yeah, no, proper
That's
PTSD,
awful. Yeah.
right? And
Wow.
wakes up screaming at night. So
Wow.
I know that this kind of stuff can be triggering to people. And what concerned me most about that was listen, the Docs fans are great, but there's probably that 1% that don't really see it as satire, and I don't want to be looking over my shoulder at conventions. There's someone that will come up and kick me into the chest just to make the Doc proud. That kind of he inspires that kind of zealotry almost that
Sure.
people love the Doc, right? So for me, it was just making a stance that, listen, violence is not okay. I mean,
Just for the record, please don't kick me in the chest through a glass window.
yeah, listen, if you can try, I may break your nose.
Okay.
But no, I mean, it's honestly, it's for me, it's just making a point that the world is shitty enough as it is. Let's not go around hating each other. It's I love the Doc's character, but to be honest, come on, life is shit. Let's try to lift people up instead of put people down, right?
What do you think about he obviously has been in a fair bit of controversy. I'm sure you saw that.
Yeah.
What was did that come as a surprise to you? What did you think about that?
I didn't think anything. No, it's a personal matter between him and his family. I mean,
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's so personal that I don't even.
But
oh no,
he-
I mean,
Yeah. Oh, I mean, 100%.
Yeah.
It was just such an interesting thing. I don't want to say anything about it. He was a guest on our show.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Great
hung,
guy.
hung out with him and his
Super
wife.
sweet
He's
guy.
lovely,
Yeah.
and his wife is lovely. So, that's their thing. I hope they sort it out. I really do.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Very professionally stated. No, I agree. I can't say
It's
it.
personal shit, man. It's
Yeah.
It's
this is
so personal.
there's
I
drama on the
felt so
internet.
bad.
This is real life, and this is serious. So it's let's leave him the fuck
He
alone.
was, yeah. Yeah, I felt bad for everyone involved there.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There was definitely no winners there.
No.
Well, how about that?
So, and suddenly the tone of the show.
Uh, yeah. What? Sorry. One second. How about that?
What happened?
I wanted to ask you more about hackers.
Sure.
Do you notice them coming from a certain country? Is there a certain kind of person? What's going on with the hacker? Is there
Oh, no, I mean-
patterns that you see?
There's a large percentage of the hackers that are cheaters that come out of China, and it's mainly
Really?
because it's very accepted there to cheat in games.
Really?
Oh yeah, I mean it's
I
quite
wonder,
accepted.
is that a commentary on Chinese culture as a whole? I have a friend who lived there.
I couldn't possibly
That's
comment.
I have a friend who lived there though,
Yeah.
and his
You don't
philosophy-
want to go there.
I'm just saying, I'm recounting what my friend said who lived there for 10 years.
Yeah.
And he was saying in China, because there's so many people,
Mhm.
unlike in America or Western society, it's very I get what's mine and fuck everyone else.
Mhm.
They don't have a collective
Yeah, no, you.
thing.
could-
It's
yeah.
obviously a broad stroke. Eli's saying you shouldn't have said that.
Well, no, I'm just
But
saying,
I
careful.
find it interesting that a lot of China. You
I
said it's
come for the
acceptable
conversation.
there.
I stay for the casual racism.
So why do you think? Come on, there's so many of them. There's just so many of them. You said yourself,
No, well, listen.
it's acceptable in China to
It's,
have.
no, but it is seen to be okay to get a leg up in games by using cheats, right? It's more commonplace there, than say in the West. But as well, it's because there's so many China. Our numbers on Steam are mainly because of China. Our peak is because of
Really?
China. It's because
Really?
Could you guess what percentage are Chinese? Just a ballpark.
Oh no, you can see it on
you
Steam
can.
Spy, so you can see it. It's 60-odd% of the
Holy
players.
smokes.
Oh no, it's a massive percentage. Like, I mean, I didn't realize how big China was. So like, man. Dota and CS:GO, they run their own builds in China, right? They have Perfect World distributing, so you don't get to see the Chinese CCU, which is probably like 1 million or more of people playing in China. With our game, you get to see the Chinese market, so you get to see that, you know, million or 2 million CCU because of China. Like, China is a huge market. Like, you look at look at Tencent's WeChat app. 1 billion people use it. Like,
that's incredible.
1 billion people.
Yeah,
like,
crazy.
It's insane numbers. So yeah, it was very eye opening to me when I saw numbers from China.
So that would explain why most of the hackers are also from China. If like 60% of
but if it's a per capita thing, that's the question.
I mean, a lot of the cheats we see coming out, new cheats, are 99% are coming out of China. You know, that they've got some very skilled cheaters there.
I
like,
love
really...
that these like Matrix level programmers are just spending their time ruining games.
Oh, it's massive. Like, it's a massive money making industry. Like, cheating in general. Like, some of the private cheats for some of like the big games, you're paying maybe $1,000 a month.
What?
Oh, how do they make money from it?
By selling them for $1,000. So the guy who writes it sells it for $1,000 a month. You know, like,
and it's a subscription model.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's like high level shit. Like,
oh yeah.
So say there's this boutique hacker. He's charging $1,000 a month for his clients. Are you ever going to catch something that?
Oh, we did catch one. We caught one that was being like, someone had paid 10 grand or something for a cheat, and we caught the private cheat and we banned them. You know, and it was just like,
got him.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, it's like, listen, if you're going to pay, we're going to catch you. You know, it just takes time to analyze everything. You know, so luckily, like, I would say 99.9% of the public cheats out there we detect. You're not getting, if you want to cheat, you still have to go private, right? You have to go their route of private cheats, and they're expensive, you know.
That's the thing that really surprised me when I learned about these hacking communities. They charge a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And monthly.
Wow. Yeah.
So a lot of them are like $10, $20, $30 a month.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's a massive industry. It's
a
$1 million
Hacking
industry.
Is a real luxury.
Oh yeah, it's the amount. Like, and I don't understand it. Like, I do understand, because people want to be the best.
Look,
right?
when I was a kid, when I was like 13, I used cheats in CS:GO or CS. And guys, please look, I'm still the same person I was before I met that. Okay, I'm still Ethan. Ethan, you have always known. No, when I was 13 and like 1.6, I installed hacks. Mostly, I was just curious what it's like. I want to know what these fucking guys are seeing. And it's unbelievable. I remember some of the hacks I used back in 1.6. There's like a laser that shoots from the tip of your gun.
Okay.
So you can see exactly. There's radial points, like you've got one axis going up and down and left to right, like infinitely.
Like X-ray kind of.
Exactly. So you can see at any point where they're looking, which direction they're facing, where they're coming. There's what you can see through walls. There's headshot scripts. There's everything you can imagine. And it's fun. It's like thrilling for like a couple of days.
Oh yeah. And
then you're like, well, this is fucking pointless now.
Yeah,
and it doesn't prove anything.
Exactly. There's no skill involved. Yeah. It's just running around and knowing where everyone's coming from. It's like, yeah, I'm number one, but you're not really, you know.
Yeah, I guess it's. I wonder if it's just a cycle. New people willing to pay up for it.
Yeah, it probably is. But I mean, you get these people that just, and it's like it adds like the 10%, and they're very hard to catch because they're not being obvious about their cheating. You know, they're only turning it on maybe in the final 10 or something like that. That, you know, that it's tough, but we do catch them. You know, there's ways and means to analyze them. So, you know, it just takes time, but you know, it's an ongoing battle.
Do you see a world where hackers? Is there?
No. But like, listen, without hackers, we wouldn't have Apple. Without hackers, we wouldn't have some of the biggest companies in the world because they were born from hackers. They were born from people going, how does this work? Let's take this apart and see how it works. And that's why I think hackers, like, I don't disrespect them because I think they're incredibly smart people. They really are. And, you know, when put to good use, like, they can really create some wonderful things.
Help us, dude. Spend your time on something more productive, please. You guys are looking for good help.
Right. I mean, let's
go.
Yeah, but then can you trust them? No, because I mean, like, I know, like, the communities, and like for you to be respected among the hacking community, you have to bring and show work, right? That's the only way they let you in. If you don't have work to show or hacks you've done, you're not getting in there. So you know, for me, employing a hacker is always very risky because they may be doing it just to be in the thing, and then they'll be able to leak stuff, and especially if they're in another country, it's very hard to pursue legal action and stuff like that. So we had to
Hackers, no, please don't apply.
I respect you guys,
Yeah.
but like, sorry, no job here.
What's your favorite game of all time?
Oh God, I loved Delta Force Black Hawk Down.
Which one?
Delta Force Black Hawk Down.
I never played that.
it
What was that for?
It was PC. It was on Xbox as well, I think, or PlayStation, and it was just a military sim, but it had modding, it had custom maps and stuff like that, and it was the first one that had like weapon ballistics, so like you had to aim above and the bullet would drop
Cool.
and all that kind of stuff. That I played that.
That was your inspiration, I think, or like those kind of games I see in you.
Yeah, no, looking back, it have really inspired me because that and America's Army, they're the kind of games I like. I like realistic shooters, you know, and
You were born on or raised, I don't know if you're born on a military base, right?
I was born in up the north of Ireland in Ballyshannon, but I grew up on a military base.
Do you think that informed
yeah.
your taste in all this?
Oh, 100%. I used to play war with my friends and run obstacle courses, and you know the Irish Ranger Wing would practice in like a house behind us. They call it like a bomb house, and they'd go in and do tactics and stuff, and then they'd come out and show us their weapons. So I always loved guns. I always loved that sort of realism and shooter games like that. America's Army and Black Hawk Down were they really kind of drew me in. And to this day, I like military shooters. That's what I like playing. I think I've never played Pokemon. I've never played like Zelda, stuff like that.
Yeah,
never really,
Just no interest.
no interest. You know, they're great games, but I like my military shooters. I like that kind of, realism.
You're a COD boy. You like COD?
No. Bit of
People love
Battlefield.
COD.
People do love COD. It's too fast for me.
I never
and
got
maps
into
are too
it.
small. I like a bit of Battlefield just because the map's a bit bigger and
Right.
it's especially Battlefield 1 I play a lot of because it's quick and easy, but for the most part, military shooters.
I would say that you created the dream that the game that I always dreamed of playing when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Like, I would be like, wouldn't it be awesome if you could have 100 people, like back in the 90s when,
Oh, yeah.
Multiplayer games was like 1 versus 1 StarCraft 2 or something. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could have 100 people on a huge map and do something like that? And you've made it. You've made my dream game. And a lot of people's, clearly.
Yeah, clearly.
So, I mean, and the story of how you overcame with pretty much no resources from modding to this is inspirational. Very cool, man. Thank you for coming and sharing your story with us.
Thanks for having me.
It's been
a
a
blast.
blast.
It really has, yeah.
There's one last thing
Sure.
that everyone insists that I ask of our guests. It's okay if you can't answer it, so don't worry about it. Do you have any ghost stories or paranormal experiences, UFO sightings? What do you think about all that?
Ghosts? No.
Yep. Okay, great. All right, thanks for coming.
Please. UFOs, for sure.
Have you seen UFOs?
Wait,
No.
Do you
Okay.
believe that they visit the Earth?
Maybe. Not sure. Space is
You
big.
did like a flip-flop on that real quick.
You know, and it's like, look, I believe in UFOs. I believe
Okay.
in life on other planets, but
Sure.
I don't know if
But not-
they
If they
visited
visit,
here.
yeah.
I'm not. I don't know. I'd like to think they have. But
I'm with you. there.
But
It's very
not
big
like
out there,
Not like the classic, like you've
God,
seen
no.
something in the
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah.
There's a story that just came out that the FBI or the Homeland Security was Did you hear this? Was funding up until just a couple of years ago an actual UFO research branch of the government,
Oh yeah.
and it just came out. They just made it public, and a lot of people are freaking out about it. But I don't know.
I'd love to think that we've been contacted, and
I love it. I want Men in Black to be
I
real.
don't
So
yeah,
believe
yeah,
it.
right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I want to meet other aliens. It's that phrase of like, we're too old to explore the Earth and too young to explore the stars.
Yeah.
This and that kills me because like I want to know.
Yeah, but
I
we're just
wanna
old
know.
enough for dank memes, as they say. Yeah, baby names. Hell yeah. Well, thanks for coming out. It was a lot of
Thank you very
fun.
much.
It was a joy. It was a pleasure. It was a blast.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Leave your questions for Tommy Wiseau on the subreddit. And
And
we
play PUBG
will
tonight.
play PUBG. Oh, yeah, let me see your shirt. Everyone was saying.
Right.
They have big plans for this winter chicken dinner shirt. It's going to be very exclusive stuff, so stay tuned. We've got big plans here. See you guys next Friday. It's the last episode of Season 1 of the HC Podcast, but we'll talk more about that next week. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks for spending your time with us. Hila?
Thank you for coming. And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right.
We're fans of the game.
Yeah,
so,
big fans. Who isn't?
Yeah.
Dan's a big fan. Austin says hi, by the way.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
Okay.
he says hi. He wants to play PUBG with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be fun.
Have you won, by the way, before?
Only when I've had Tuner, our gameplay dev, on the team. He's a beast.
Do you play solo?
No.
Never.
No, I
Too
like
stressful?
squads. Yeah. And plus, like, if I play one game in the office, I want to play 10.
Right.
So, like, playing with squads is kind of good because then, okay,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
we're done.
yeah,
Okay,
right,
back to
right.
work.
So you've only won a couple of times because you were carried.
Exactly.
Very good to know. Very interesting.
Although, when I first played Arma 3 with the team internally, I won at that. But that's because it's Arma 3. And
Yeah.
it's, But no, never in PUBG.
Okay, good to know. Even the creator
It's
himself
very
can't
inspiring
fucking win this
that-
guy.
I am a
Yeah.
loser.
It's a great story
Yeah.
for everyone out there.
I mean, is it appropriate for you to be wearing that shirt?
Not at all.
But he's still wearing it.
All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see you next time. Ta-ta.